So my next hot tip for LA is Westwood, okay? The neighborhood of Westwood, especially UCLA. So right now I'm right here in the heart of UCLA. As you can see, there's one of the dorms right there. And you can travel around here. Anywhere in this neighborhood, you will be picking up a lot of students in UberX and Lyft, okay? Now on a Friday and Saturday night, the students love to travel in big packs, big groups, and share the fare. They split the fare. And you know, then XL, like a minivan, or even SUV, or black. Sometimes they'll even take black or select. And this place is hot for a Friday or a Saturday night. More during the week, I would say, as you're traveling around the campus here, you know, as you can see by these cars, there's smaller little cars, there's a Prius and that. So students like to save money. So UberX and the basic Lyft are hot areas for Uber and Lyft. And it then takes you out, you know, they might be going to a bar, they might be going to a concert, they're going to go and visit friends, they go down to Malibu. So if you want to be busy always and you're in the area, dive back into Westwood, anywhere around Gailey, those areas where all these students are, and you will get a trip right away. That's my hot tip for Westwood. So my next hot Los Angeles tip is Manhattan Beach, and don't underestimate Redondo Beach and Hermosa Beach, but Manhattan Beach is very friendly to all the categories. There's a lot of money, a lot of young and old, party people, big groups, small groups, and right down here, one of my favorite spots, drive right down to the bottom here, and I flip around. I've been fined right here, so there's a lot of cops in this area. They're very aggressive. They give you a lot of fines, so don't stop on these corners here. Go down, swing around, and then come back up again. As I'm driving up the road, there's the Shellback, Rock and Fish. You can see all these restaurants. They're all busy. And as you go up here to the next road, you can then also cut across and go down and sit at any one of these, you know, this corner. These parking spots are perfect. 1 or 2 blocks away from the beach. You can also go into these little side roads and wait. There's tons of little restaurants around here. But this is hot for UberX, for SUV, for Black Select. A great place, especially Friday afternoon all the way through to Sunday night. Hot areas. And all these neighborhoods just around here, there's a lot of homes, very expensive homes, and tons and tons of clientele. So you could pick up people here early in the morning in this area, in the Manhattan Beach, Redondo Beach, Hermosa Beach areas, and get good trips to work, to downtown LA, to the west side, a lot of LAX trips. And again, I pointed out, we started off like more with a party area, but this area is super hot as you drive down there towards the water. All of those little restaurants around there are super busy Friday to Saturday night. In my course, ladies and gentlemen, I discuss the hottest areas of the different towns, and I show you where it's extremely busy. Very often, if it's too saturated, it's also good to break the pattern. Go 3-4 streets outwards to any direction. Check on your app, see where the cars are situated, and position yourself accordingly. It doesn't mean that you have to always swim with the stream, but these are pretty much guaranteed hot spots. You know, week after week, day after day, you can rely on these areas, right? But I also encourage you to break up the pattern and explore new places. In this video, we're just going to be covering super secure areas that will give you good traffic for all categories. On to the next one. So Santa Monica is one of my favorites. We're right here on Ocean Drive, as you can see, and this is where this is number 1 Wilshire, called the Bungalows. Any evening it's busy there. Any evening from 8 to 11 o'clock you will see UberX SUVs swirling around this area. Right there is the intersection of Ocean Avenue and Wilshire. Over there, as you can see in the background, is the pier. There's the ocean, so we're right on the front. So anywhere if you want to park anywhere here on Ocean Drive, tons of hotels. This area is hot for UberX, XL, Select, Black, SUV, doesn't matter. There's a lot of money, a lot of young people, a lot of party people, a lot of tourists, tons of tourists come down to Santa Monica. So Ocean Drive, anywhere here is safe. If you want to swing up one of these roads here, we're right here on the corner of one of those hotels. You can go up any one of these roads here and park. This is Arizona, whether you take Santa Monica Boulevard, Broadway, Arizona, Wilshire, you know, you go 10 streets up, you're safe. That's still UberX, XL, SUV, Black area. The further you go up, it's Santa Monica, away from the ocean. By the way, the less SUV, the less Black, the less luxury. The closer you are down to the beach on this side, towards the beach, the more luxe, the more SUV, the more XL you would get, especially because there's a lot of big crowds, and more X trips in Santa Monica away from the beach. But you come down this road here, you're coming towards the pier now, we're driving. Pier, always tourists, a lot of people. The great thing close to the pier, you get long trips. A lot of people go in groups. They go down to the pier as a family, or they grab a hotel and they drive from Hollywood, and that's one of their sightseeing parts, is that they go to 3rd Street Promenade and the pier. So these are super secure areas here on this side right here. Another great restaurant, Mackay. Tons of good restaurants right here up this Broadway or Santa Monica Boulevard. Traveling down Ocean Drive, you can park anywhere on these sides. You got to watch out. On this side here, there's a ton of valet, so they'll always move you away. You want to try and get on to the other side. Always watch out for the three-wheeler parking meter dudes. They're super aggressive in Santa Monica, one of the most aggressive ticketers in LA. So beware that you put your indicator on, pretending you're driving away, or put an indicator in and pretending you've just arrived if you see them, and then you put your coin in, okay? But you don't want to fill that up all the time, because it's going to cost you a lot of money. This here is a hotspot. Now, here we have the Santa Monica Pier. The only problem here is that you can't really get parking. I pick up a lot of people right over here. You'll get a lot of pings, XXL, SUV Lux, right from here. This is a very high-end restaurant right behind me called The Lobster. So when I drive down Ocean, I eventually hit Pico, and if you go towards the ocean on Pico, I'm right down here at the bottom of Pico. You can't go any further. We'd be driving straight into the ocean and onto the beach, and we can't do that as Uber drivers, right? So right on that side over here is Shutters. That's one of the top 50 hotels in the world. And you will always see a lot of Black and SUV parked around here. Across the road, Casa del Mar, same owners, I know them, same owners as the Shutters. These two hotels are side by side, and you will always see SUVs. In fact, there you can see them right now. There they are lined up, 1, 2, 3, okay? So this is more SUV and Black, Select, Country. You know what, these hotels are $300 to $500, $600 a night. This is a different type of clientele, not necessarily your UberX crowd, okay? Expensive suites right over here, the Citrus suites, those are $3,000 to $5,000 a month. So generally in this area, at the bottom of Pico, if you're hungry for SUV trips or Black, great time to be hanging out 6:30 in the morning, all the way through to about 8. After 8 it dies down. A lot of these guys are shooting back early in the morning, even 5:36 a.m. they're shooting back to LAX. So you'd be going straight up Pico Boulevard, you know, and you get to Ocean. This is now the corner of, there's the Viceroy Hotel, right? Great area. So you're sitting right there where the Viceroy is, the Shutters, the Casa del Mar, and a little down the road over here, you have then other hotels like the Lowe's Hotel right over here. There we go, that's the Lowe's Hotel. So you're in a pocket right there on Ocean and Pico where you get a lot of high-end trips. Now traveling down Ocean, past Pico, in fact, I'm going to take you guys down this way. we are now heading towards, we're heading towards Venice, okay? The border of Venice and Santa Monica is Rose. Very good area in summer. That Rose, Nielsen or Rose Pacific Avenue. If you continue Ocean, you get there, okay? You continue down this road over here, and you carry on down Nielsen, you get to Pacific. This is all along, more or less along the beachfront towards Santa Monica, towards Venice, Santa Monica. We're still in Santa Monica, but we now get to a lot of those little beachy club areas like James Beach, towards Venice. That starts becoming more the Uber X crowd again. Sometimes SUV larger crowds, because one road down we have Main Street, where all the little restaurants and pubs and Irish pubs are. Very much an Uber X crowd, okay? Good place to hang out. But so you come down this Nielsen Way and you're going towards Venice. Now Venice is a very artsy area. The tourists love to go over there, and I suggest it a lot to the tourists, even if they're like, well, you know, what areas can you recommend? Well, I recommend Universal City. I recommend a walk from Venice all the way across to Santa Monica. These are promoting your own trips, right? You're going to get a whole trip from downtown or Hollywood all the way over to Santa Monica by them just listening to your advice. So you're setting yourself up for long trips here. So I'm just cruising down Nielsen towards Venice here, ladies and gentlemen. All good areas, but mainly on the east side of the road. You will have a lot of like little restaurants on Main Street, one street down. A lot of residential here. Pretty much a mixed crowd. This is expensive area, so you can drive X, XL, Select, SUV, any one of these in these areas. A lot of high-end homes, but you travel towards Venice all the way down to the bottom towards Venice, and you get a whole different crowd. On summer day, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, a lot of tourists, very, very busy. A lot of X activity and XL activity. So we started you off on Pico, showed you all those hotels. I told you that there were great morning areas, picking up people early in the morning and then taking them to LAX or to their business meetings. Generally speaking, if you're picking up people from LAX, I'm not a big fan of the LAX parking lot. It takes way too long, you lose too much money. But a lot of those trips will throw you back down to Santa Monica, to those hotels that I just showed you. Okay, next tip. Okay, 3 guesses which parking lot in Los Angeles I'm on. You'll never guess it, but it's a McDonald's, and you'll usually see a lot of the SUVs like this one lined up here. Hardly these ones really, but more these ones. And it's literally, I'm going to swing you across the road here. This is on PCH, ladies and gentlemen. It's right across the road from the famous Nobu Hotel. The Nobu Hotel is also in Drake's song. This is where the Who is Who go to dine in the evenings or on weekends. Very expensive restaurant owned by Larry Ellison, the owner and founder of Oracle. And this is PCH. So we're right here in the heart of Malibu. Okay, if you can find a spot here, anywhere down there, all of these areas, Moonlight, Shadows, Dukes, Nobu, they have all type of different clientele, but Nobu mainly is a great for if you want to get luxe trips. You know, if you drive a Mercedes or a BMW or a Range Rover, or if you have an SUV, Suburban, Escalade. Hot area to hang around this area for those trips. Why? Because you get long trips all the way back to Santa Monica and LA. Because these guys spend money. They go out for the night, they drink a lot of wine, have fun. And I take a lot of clients there. And I also pick up a lot of clients here. You drive in here, right over here, into the valet section. In there, and you come across and you pick your client right there. That's the ocean. The blue part is the ocean right there. And up and down PCH, ladies and gentlemen, super busy, right? As we travel down PCH here, a lot of high-end homes up against the hill, so you could get some pickups from there. Here you just have to sit tight and wait, but mainly more high-end cars, high-end trips, long trips, big money makers. As you can see, there's the Malibu sign right there. And yeah, Moonlight Shadows, Duke's, any one of those restaurants out there. I started off with Nobu. Why? I wanted to show people. A lot of people ask me, hey, where are some really hot spots with SUV and Lux in LA? I'm trying to figure this out. I just mentioned one to you right there. Now we move on to the next hot tip. So my next hot tip is Malibu, Zuma Beach, and this is mainly summer, okay? May, June, July, August, good areas to be on the weekends, on Saturday and Sunday. Here on PCH, California 1, you want to make sure that you follow these parking instructions because they tow cars. So right over here, you sort of slot yourself in any of those areas and you wait. There's the beaches. This is jammed, packed in summer, all the way along PCH, okay? As we travel down the PCH together, all of these beaches here, volleyball courts, food courts, all of this is just thousands and thousands of cars and thousands of students. This is a hot area for Uber X and XL minivans because people travel there in packs. Students from Pepperdine University, all along here, you can park anywhere here. That's where the beach is, and this is prime area if you're in the summer months, okay? This is a good spot right here to sit. At the beginning of Zuma, you will see all the volleyball courts over there, and you park literally anywhere over here and you wait. That's if you can get a parking spot. Otherwise you can't really park on the other side of the road. But these are high-end homes on the other side. You don't get many requests at all in that area. But along this road here, if you park there, in summer, long Uber X and XL trips, but it's got to be hot. I'm talking 85 and hotter, anywhere 80 to 100 Fahrenheit. And these beaches are packed on Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays, and you will get good trips in the morning time there, and afternoon you start lining yourself up at about 4 o'clock. The people start leaving. Anywhere from 4 o'clock right through to 7 o'clock people will be driving back. It's still hot at that time, so super long trips from there. A lot of tourists, a lot of students, but fantastic summer spot for X and XL. The Rose Bowl in Pasadena hosts a lot of sports events and very large concerts, etc. So Uber has designated drop-off spots on these large parking lots. Pasadena is a great starting point. It's a little bit far removed outside of LA. Down the 134, the 210 you get out there, but like Old Town Pasadena, amazing for every different Uber category, X, XL, Black, Select, luxury, and every Lyft category. So Pasadena is an amazing place to start if you live out there because it usually throws you all the way into Hollywood on a weekend, all the way downtown for meetings. Good guaranteed long trips. So if you're living out there, you're pretty lucky. I myself, being in Santa Monica, I would only go out there if I'm bringing clientele to one of these large venues. However, if I know that there are big concerts taking place, or Hollywood Bowl, the football games, I'll switch off and I'll go all the way out to this venue right here, to the Rose Bowl at night. And I know when it ends, huge surge. Why? Because there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people coming out at the same time requesting surge. Now, I keep my phone off. When the people are streaming out, I wait. I let the surge climb just like the stock market, and then I switch on and lock in a person at a higher surge. That's just how I do it to make more money. Some people just immediately they see the first people coming out, they switch on and they lock in at 1.5 or 1.8. The Rose Bowl is so large, it's such large crowds, you'll go to 3.5 without any problem, the surge. That's just me. Hopefully the passengers aren't hearing this, but this video is for the drivers, showing you all the hottest spots in Los Angeles. So from Pasadena, we move on to the next hot spot. So where am I taking you now? Well, I'm taking you right into border of Brentwood and Pacific Palisades, and guess what? This is SUV black and luxury country. If we follow that road down there, we'll eventually hit the 405. If we swing the other way, we are going down to Pacific Coast Highway down to the beach. So the high-end homes, ladies and gentlemen, this intersection right here, this will drop you off into Santa Monica Canyon, down onto PCH, a couple of cool little restaurants and clubs down there. But if you continue down Sunset, anywhere on this side up in the hills, that's Pacific Palisades, is all high-end homes. You can go into a pocket, you can check on your phone, on your rider or your passenger app. There are not many SUVs and luxury cars in one given pocket. So if you do see one, you just move a little bit away into a bit of a different geographic area. But those are all super, super expensive homes. People with a lot of money. If you head out there, you go up into like luxury home areas, right? Keep on going down Sunset, you'll eventually hit the water. But on this side here, on the other side, you pretty much have the Brentwood side. Also, great area, the pocket between Pacific Palisades and Santa Monica, Brentwood. I'm sure you've seen those multi-million-dollar homes on San Vicente. Again, good, luxe, black and SUV country. Now, all of these homes, a lot of them have kids. These are kids of wealthy families. They go to these schools like Pacific Palisades High, Pali High, Malibu, etc. And guess what? They use Select and Uber a lot, right? So young crowd here, money's no object. Their parents are paying. Hate to say it, but that's just the case. If you want to pick up adults and that, usually a lot of people in the movie entertainment industry, SUVs, Lux, Select, the nicer cars, BMWs, Mercedes, Suburbans, Escalades, etc. But again, don't underestimate, especially on weekends, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, how many X and XL bookings you're going to get from this area. Move on to the next hotspot. So this is an area you'll see me very often, and I like to go to the restaurants there. It's right at the end of Washington Boulevard in Marina del Rey. Right there, that's where the water is. You got the Whaler there. You got an Italian restaurant on that side. Very, very busy area. End of Washington in Marina del Rey. Right next door you have Venice and then Santa Monica. But this, on a weekend, pumping at night. During the week, mainly in the evenings. But I try and sort of get a little bit out of Marina del Rey. I'll head down Washington, very close to the water. I'll head down this area a little bit, and I then sort of venture off to that area over there. This is the altitude building. There's lofts. Let me take you a little bit further down here. There's a lot of hotels around Admiralty Way and Washington, and a lot of expensive loft homes. So I'll swing in here, and you go down here, and you will see there's a lot of nice housing right by the water. A good place to sit in for any of the categories. Again, X, XL, SUV, black, not so much luxury. Luxury is more on Pacific Palisades, Brentwood. We've gone over those already. But very, very good area for Lyft and for Uber in the Marina del Rey basin. You will see it on your map. There's a lot of little waterways, because that's where all the boats and that dock. So just anywhere in the midst of that or at the end of Washington, you will pick up trips. Tons of hotels, expensive lofts, beach homes, a lot of nightlife. Okay, on to the next spot. I threw you right into Venice. This is Pacific Avenue, runs parallel to the beach. Venice is positioned between Santa Monica and Marina del Rey. A very artsy area. This intersection here, you will see a lot of Uber drivers hanging out right on this intersection. Always, always busy. Lot of weekend activity because Saturday and Sunday you have the entire beachfront packed with tourists, especially summer, not so much in the cold months, but weekend Sundays in Venice, pumping. You could sit here all day long. In any one of the categories you'd pick up people. Not necessarily the best Uber luxury area, but all the other Uber and Lyft categories definitely around Pacific Avenue and what's the other one here? Windward. There we go. There you can see Windward. So I'm right on the intersection of Windward and Pacific. I advise you to sit anywhere in this parking lot over here. Here's another a large mode of transportation, a licensed one, another one over here. So, and who knows what these could be, tourists or, but good spot to hang out. Down the road, if you go down here, you go towards Main. Also very, very busy. If you go down Wind Avenue and you turn, you come down to this intersection here, there's a big roundabout, a round circle, and you can head off in this direction here, down, let's see, where are we? Okay, yeah, so this will take us down to Main and Santa Monica. Lots of restaurants down this area. We're on Main Street, as I said, and you keep on following this towards Santa Monica, you will pick up people. They're just driving slowly down this road towards Santa Monica. You will pick up a lot of ex-drivers, select, not so much black and SUV and luxury, but Main Street is more like a really yoga crowd, a hip crowd, and they enjoy UberX. So anywhere down Main Street towards Santa Monica, leaving Venice, great area. We move on to our next hotspot, ladies and gentlemen.